colony of the British. Unfortunately, a lot of us don't know what's going on in Nigeria because history has been revamped or has been nullified in our schools. So if you're not maybe above 45, you probably don't know much about the amalgamation. How the British manipulated, colluded with the people they call the Fulanis, who are more or less encroachers, marauders in our space. They were in the northern part of Nigeria, but they were not part of us. They were encroachers. Their great-great-grandfather, Uthman Danfodio, was a murderer. Let me repeat. Uthman Danfodio was a murderer. He was a descendant of what we call the Beduins, the Berbers, descendants of the Saudi Arabians. They were ejected, rejected, and sent out. And when they sent out, they were going everywhere like a snake with a caught tail. And that's where we find ourselves with them. After killing several millions, probably 6-7 millions of the outsiders, they killed them because they said they have a better Islamic, I don't even know what they call it because I'm not a Muslim. My parents were, which I don't know much about it. But today what I wanted to tell you, without bothering you or taking too much of your time, it's like, my people, if you all know what we are doing, if our cerebrum is still working, if our cortex is alive and alert, we all need to get up. We all need to stand up and be counted. Otherwise, from what is going on in that space called Nigeria, the Yorubas, the Igbos, the Benue, the Eurominedo, the Akwa Ibomites, I am telling you, I'm not scaring you. I'm telling you to be prepared. I'm telling you to be resolved. I'm telling you to be resolute. I'm telling you to be determined that you have to fight. You have to stand up like the indigenous people that you are and fight for your people and for your land. Because anything less than that, these crazy marauders, these encroachers we call the Fulanis, they come in different hues and different colors. They call themselves Boko Haram. They call themselves Iswat. They call themselves Miyetti Allah. They call themselves Lakurawas. Now they're calling themselves Mahmoud. Where do all these bastards come from? They are all Fulanis. They may be Fulanis from Mali. They may be Fulanis from Niger. They may be Fulanis from Mauritania. I don't give a crap where they come from. They're Fulanis. And the governor, unfortunately, one of the governors in the north, I think his name is Bola Ahmed, went on channel or Arise, one of those television channels, and said that any Fulani all over the world, they are asked to come to Nigeria because wherever Fulani goes to, that's their home. And they've decided that Nigeria should be their base, so they should come. Excuse my English. Are these people drinking codeine or they're on tramadol? Fulani from Mauritania, from Libya, from Mali will just surface and just come to Nigeria and assume that Nigeria is their country. Who does that? Are the other ethnic extractions in that space called Nigeria, are we stupid? Are we crazy? Are we dumb? Are we in coma? Are we on tramadol or codeine? Or are we smoking cocaine? That anybody can just come on our turf and say this a Nigerian, even though we do not belong to one another. We do not understand each other. Nothing in common. There's nothing homogeneous about us. We don't speak the same language, oh. We don't have the same culture or traditions, oh. Our moral ethos are far different. Like East is as far from the West. That's what even the God says. And yet, these greedy manipulators called the British had the effrontery, the audacity, the wickedness to force those in the south, even those in the south, it's not one nation. I have just told you the Igbos, the Yorubas, the Edos, the Akwa Iboms, they're all in the south. That's about 5 different nations. that do not understand one another, they were forced to join with the North. And at that time, everybody thought the Northerners were the outsiders. We were mistaken. It was a gross mistake. It took us too long to realize that the Fulanese are not part of the outsiders. They are a nation unto themselves. And the outsiders are also a different people. But for some reason, they have encapsulated, they have intimidated, they have oppressed the outsiders to the point that the Fulanese are more or less like a captor. They felt like they have captured the Hausas, and like the Hausas are like their slaves. The Hausas can't fight back because they are not wild and crazy and mad like the Fulani, who are bloodthirsty. They are bloodthirsty people. They are beasts of no gender. But I am not blaming the Fulani too. I blame every other extraction in Nigeria that have condoned all the nonsense, all the madness of the Fulanis. And now we're all crying. We begin to sharpen their teeth. When we're employing them as our guards, we call them the guards. Our water farers, they fetch water for us 20, 25 years ago. Now, they carry AK-47, demanding millions upon millions, and still they kill. They intimidate. They kidnap, they rape, and they murder. The murder of in cold blood. And yet, we claim to say that we have a government that has lost its sense of responsibility, a government that has no accountability, no probity, no conscience, no vision. We have leaders with no vision. They have no mission. Their mission is to steal, to amass, and to act dumb and stupid. They are acting like they are stupid. The Yorubas, the Igbos, the Akwa Ibomas, you are the educated ones, and yet you are acting like morons. You are all acting like imbeciles, while the stupid ragamuffin, the imbeciles Fulanese, are the one dictating to you on your father's land what you need to do, or they kill you. And immediately they issue that threat, you all withdraw. Where is your boldness? Where is your courage? And where is your humanity to defend yourself as a people? Because the Fulanis carry AK-47, that does not mean that you can stand them, you can face them. They are not the only one who can carry weapons. If the country cannot control how the Fulanis, even the most stupid among them, carry AK-47 when they did not even pass through elementary school, and they're threatening you PhDs, professors, timber and caliber in Nigerian space, and you're folding your arms, acting like you are helpless. You're not helpless. You're being stupid. You are not helpless. Yes, I can understand we do not fight because we consider ourselves cultured, amiable, accommodating, kind, generous. But after we have exhausted all these attributes, all these characteristics, and the Fulani kept killing us, there has to be a different line of action. There is a saying that if you keep doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting a different result, it is the beginning of madness. It is the beginning of insanity. So in other words, we don't want to fight. We are crying, begging the government that knows that its core fundamental responsibility is the safety of its people, property, and independence, their liberty, freedom to speak, freedom to complain. There is nothing like that going on in Nigeria. If you complain about Tinubu, you will be charged for treason. If you're not charged, they forcibly take you to court. And overnight, you're thrown into jail. Is that democracy or our so-called leaders? They're not leaders, they're rulers. They're despots. They're dictators. They are totalitarians. They are not democrats. And they're not democratic people. And they're not practicing democracy. Yes, President Trump has issued so many executive orders. And the Senate, the legislative arm of the government, sometimes involve it, some take them to court. What is our own legislation doing? They are rubber stamping. Did you hear me, people? Our legislators, our senators are rubber stamping what the executive arm of the government is doing. And they're supposed to be independent arms of the government. There are three arms. The executive, in which the President Tinubu, is occupying. The legislature, that consists of two bodies. The House of Representatives is bicameral. House of Representatives are the Senate. The Senate being the higher body. And then the judiciary. All of these have conspired. My people. All of these three arms have conspired. There's no distinction between the three of them. They have all conspired to do whatever the executive desires. And that is, they have all become boy. They are now boy for Baba Tinubu, for Jagaban. They have educated, functional illiterate. A miseducated moron. A man without any sense of heritage, sense of history, sense of leadership, and no sense of governance except to loot, steal, to amass the wealth of a nation, the wealth of a people for his own. All Baba Tinubu knows, all Jagaban, what he knows is the accumulation of ungodly wealth. The wealth that belongs to over 100 million. Jagaban wants to arrogate it to himself and his family. And you think that is government. That is governance. That is responsibility. That is probity. That is integrity. Baba Tinubu has no integrity. If he has any before he became president, he has lost it. He has lost it. He has no honesty, no accountability, no probity, no decency, and no humanity. Baba Tinubu has thrown all caution, all decency to the wind. He has sown the wind. President Ahmed Bola Ahmed Tinubu, you are going to reap the wild wind. My people, in the last 3 days or so, I've been sitting put, watching the video of this young man called Ibrahim Traore. Ibrahim Traore came to power through a coup because the previous head of the government of Burkina Faso also came through a coup, Dibia or Dimibia. But the country felt like he got there too and wanted to start acting like Baba Tinubu, like Jagaban. For 8 months, he wasn't doing much. 8 months! Just 8 months. That was when another coup took place that brought this young man. Ibrahim Traore was only 34 years old as a captain in the army. As a captain, he has the boldness. He has the spine to become the president. Not that I agree with military, but in this situation, it's a different ball game. Ibrahim Traore is a Muslim, but Ibrahim Traore knows that there are jihadists or Islam fundamentalists. As far as I'm concerned, I call them crazy Muslims. Muslims that believe that if you're not a Muslim, you are not a human being and they're ready to kill. Traore understands. He understands. He knows that the Ajis are the crazy Muslims among them. And he said it with his full chest that he will not allow them to railroad his government. Ibrahim is only 34 when he took office as a president. Just suppose that with Baba Tinubu, who had been 8 years as a governor, who had been 8 years or so as a senator. He cannot run a nation the way Ibrahim Traore is running Burkina Faso. Burkina Faso did not buy a plane for 100 million, no. Burkina Faso did not. That is, Traore did not buy a yacht because he became president. He did not go in a convoy of 15, 20 cars. He's seen in his Toyota. And then the security guard will be maybe right and left of him. And probably another car following him. And there are many times Ibrahim Traore has single-handedly gone out to come and meet few poor people. Poor! How many poor people has Jagaban or even the governor gone to his or home to come and speak to them? And they say that the head, they are figureheads. They are figureheads, my people. They are not in touch with their people. Baba Tinubu doesn't give a crap about anybody except himself. Baba Tinubu has gone out of Nigeria 39 times. What is he looking for? Help me ask him. If it is to go for medical checkup, has he lost his mind? that we have the best doctors in the world. How come he cannot build a standard hospital and ask these doctors to come home and take care of him and our people? How come he did not go to any states in Nigeria? He has to travel out every time with Nigeria plane, with the fuel that has become so unavailable to the common man. Baba Tinubu is just wasting our resources like a prodigal son, a prodigal man, a man without common sense. Ibrahim Traore refused to collect the salary of a president. He wanted to continue to collect his post as a captain's salary. Captain. That's the president of Burkina Faso. A man was ready to sacrifice his own life, if possible, for his people. Baba Tinubu, Jagaban, Bola Ahmed, are you ready to sacrifice anything for your people? Since you say you love Nigeria, are you ready to damn the consequence and do what is courageous? Divide Nigeria so that everybody can go to the father's land. So that everybody can develop at their own pace. They can decide to rule themselves the way they want. Fulani wants to kill, let them go and kill their people. Why should Fulani come all the way from Bauchi, Adamawa, and come to Ogun State, and come to Osun, and come to Ondo to come and kill other people who are not part of the people? If they want to kill, well, maybe there are too many Fulanis. Let them start killing themselves. It is okay for them. Let them kill themselves. How come they choose to come to other people's land and start killing them? Because they have an agenda. They are not just killing wantonly. It is a genocide. It is called ethnic cleansing. So that at the end of the day, when they have killed enough, they can occupy the people's land. The land that does not belong to them. Mr. President of Nigeria, Burkina Faso is half your age. When we take his age out of your age, there's still 22 years in remainder. Ibrahim Traore is only 36 now. If you multiply that by 2, that will give us 72. Baba Tinubu, you're already 90. You are already 90. That is an additional 18 years after we double Traore's age. But the wisdom that Traore exemplifies is like he's a 90-year-old man. Humble, intelligent, wise, and godly. Traore is a godly man. And Traore could have been one of your sons. We are going to send you, Mr. President Tinubu, Mr. Bola Ahmed Tinubu. We are going to send you as an emergency landing curve to go to Burkina Faso to go and learn leadership 101, governance 101, humanity 101. At least those 3 curriculum, you need to go and study them. And this time around, if you need to take 6 months, we will allow you, so that when you come back, we will know the next line of action to take. But I trust Traore. It won't take you 3 months to get it through your thick, empty skull. It won't take you 2 months to learn wisdom, governance, probity, honesty, integrity, accountability from Ibrahim Traore, a 36-year-old president of Burkina Faso. Mr. President Tinubu, you need to learn. You are empty like a barrel and you make the most sound. Anyone that talks against you, it is treason. Anyone that says this or that about you, you force them into prison. How long can you do that? Do you build enough prison for 100 million people? Because you're going to see the avalanche of people criticizing you. Abdul Karim, I've spoken to your son, allegedly, to tell you the calamity, the chaos, the trouble that is raging in that space called Nigeria as a result of the madness of the Fulanis. But you pretended that you don't want to hear. You're even asking them to ban the song. How can your soul be renewed when you don't hear criticisms? Meanwhile, in 2014, you campaigned against Ebele Jonathan Goodluck. I'm sure Ebele will be sleeping with his two eyes closed now. When you brought the Boko Haram with Buhari, yes, Mr. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, I am telling you, you are a culprit. You are one of the villains that brought in Boko Haram. Just because you want to destabilize Ebele Jonathan's government. Now it is your turn. What goes around, President Tinubu will surely come around. It has come around. The same Fulani that you supported, that you aided with his stolen money from Lagos State. Yes, I can say that again. I'm from Lagos. All the assets, valuable assets of Lagos, you have confiscated it and you have signed it for your own. You are not taking it anywhere. Enjoy it for as long as you can. You are going to leave it behind. And that does not mean you are going to give it to Sheyi. If you fail to do that DNA that I'm advising you to do, your wealth is going to the hands of the Igbos. Because it has been alleged that Sheyi is not your son. Go and do your DNA. It's an advice, oh. If you like, take it. If you don't, it's your cup of tea. I don't give a crap. As a matter of fact, it will be retribution of justice. You have stolen from millions. Then some other millions will take it from you. Because once Sheyi gets your money, they will give you mystery. Stories will come out, though. And then you will be forced to go and do DNA. And then we'll find out you are not the papa. Maybe Abdul Karim should have found out. Tell your papa. You are not his papa. Allegedly. Allegedly. If anybody has said that about me, that my mother is not my mother, my father is not my father, that my mommy and my father are in trouble, oh. They will have to do DNA, oh, because I don't want to bear anybody's father's name. I want to be my father's daughter. And everybody that sees me and knows me, they know that I have the spirit of my grandfather. And I look like my father. Like my father. A man that has no fear to hear his opinion. I am not afraid of you, Baba Tinubu. A lot of people are afraid to speak their mind. To speak their sorrows out. I am frustrated in America because I don't want to be in America. But I can't come home. And that's the honest truth, Baba Tinubu. You don't have the medical facility to take care of my needs. If I go into my closet now and bring out my insulin that I will use for the next 1 year, I did not pay 1 red cent. I have the needle. I have the insulin itself. And for you to know that this country is taking the best care anybody can have, they will be begging me to come and take this medication. I will not go. Why didn't I go? Because I have the ones that can even last me 9 months. Why are they overloading me with medications? I get angry. Why Nigerians are begging just for the doctors to see them? They will ask them to go and bring 250,000, deposit 1.6 million. A few months ago, I knew somebody that they asked to deposit 1.6 million. They deposited it. And in 15 minutes, they came out and said, that person is dead. But they did not return the money. That is in Nigeria. You are ruling for them. That is the country. You are ruling. You are not leading, Baba Tinubu. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, you are not leading. You are not a leader. You are a ruler. You are a dictator. You are a totalitarian. You are a despot. And I can just suppose your actions with that of Adolf Hitler. You are a killer. But it's not going to last. Adolf Hitler did not live to celebrate his 70th. You are lucky you're already 90. What gives you the confidence that tomorrow is yours? Baba Tinubu. Who is making your pounded yam? I'm telling you, you can eat your art's content. Karma is coming. But my people, today's message is not for Tinubu. It's not for Akpabio. It's not for the judiciary, rubber stamp judiciary. Chief Justice of the Federation, Mrs. Sikirat, Risikat Kekeriaku. America does not have any respect for you. Because they said you have compromised, you have colluded, you are complicit. That is the highest position in the legal, and you have lost your integrity. You are working with a devil son. Bola Ahmed Tinubu has become Satan's errand man. And risk that, Kekeriekun, you have just joined his league. So be expecting whatever God will dish out to you. Ellen, Moronkeji, Ogunju Umeju, another justice, chief justice, or whatever you call yourself. You are buying and selling injustice because you have the power. You didn't have the power. You have authority. And you're misusing it. Be ready to get justice, the real, pure, sure justice from God. Because that's the only man that will dispense justice without fear or favor. San Afe Babalola, Nanogenarian at 95. You have lost your integrity. You have built a law, a legal career for over 60, 65 years. But at the end of the day, it is tainted. The Yoruba music says, àǹfààní kí ló jẹ́ fún ènìyàn kó jèrè gbogbo ayé o kó sẹ̀mí ẹnu o. Àǹfààní kí ló jẹ́ San Afe Babalola kẹ́ jèrè gbogbo ayé o ẹ sẹ̀mí yín nù o. Àǹfààní kí ló jẹ́ Jagaban Tinubu kó jèrè gbogbo ayé o ẹ wá padà lọ sínú hẹ́ẹ̀lì o. Àǹfààní kí ló jẹ́ Rísíkà Kékéréekun kó jèrè gbogbo ayé o kó wá sẹ̀mí ẹnu o. What would it profit you if you gain the whole world and eventually you lose your soul? That's come to nothing. Vanity upon vanity. That being said, my today's message is for you, my friends, in Igbo extraction. It is for you, my friends, that are called Aqua Ibomites. It is for you, my friends, that are in Benue, Plateau, Uromi, and wherever you are in that space called Nigeria. This message is for you. You might take it and ease it away. You might hear it and insult me. It is okay. Because when you're faced with a calamity, with a chaos like we do, you're going to be getting goes. But I don't care. My truth has to be said. My truth has to be said. And the truth I want to tell you today, I want you to come closer. Come closer and listen to me. Oh. You are wasting your time waiting for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to come and provide security. Is not going to give it. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is a scarecrow. He hasn't got the confidence, the temerity, the audacity, the impunity to face the Fulanis and say, to hell with you. He is afraid of them. Tinubu is afraid of Gumi, one single man, one foolish Muslim cleric. This bastard has been dictating, telling the government that if they don't give so amount to the Boko Haram, they will lose lives. And they're telling me that there's no other power other than this Fulani. Then we are crazy. Those of you that still call yourself Nigerians, you must be crazy to think that Fulani has to keep on massacring everybody and you're all going to Ganukale. What is wrong with your brains, eh? Where is all that strategy, that ideas, innovation, boldness, courage? Where did you lose them? Where did you keep them? Are you not on your father's lands? Have you lost your heritage? Have you lost your dignity as a people? My Yoruba people, you better wake up. If you think Fulani are skilled enough, it is a lie. Fulani is ready to wipe out the entire Yoruba extraction. And that means we're talking about 60 million. They don't care. If we do not get up from our slumber, from our comatose stage, from our vegetable stage, and face the Fulani, Fulani is not a spirit. They are men. They cover their eyes. We can cover ours too. They have AK-47. Are you telling me there is no Sim Westing in America, in Germany, in Australia? I didn't ask you to go to London, no, because Fulani and the British, they're both bastards. They are proxy leader or killer for the British. Don't go to Britain to buy your weapons. We have to. Otherwise, Fulani will kill as wantonly as they desire. And there's nothing the West will do. Because they are reeking and raping and reaping from what is going on in Nigeria. Instability, anarchy, confusion. The British is happy. They can keep on drinking your oil. Destabilizing. Shaguri already have Lagos Beach. Who sold it? Ahmed Bola Tinubu, a non-indigenous of Lagos State. He has sold the bar beach of Lagos that was once free for every Lagosians. What a bastard of a man. What a bastard of a ruler, selling his own heritage. The foundation is rotting. What can the righteous do? We have to fight. And if we refuse to fight, let me tell you, you will wake up one day and you realize that you have all become slaves. You were once third-class citizens. Now you become original slaves of the Fulanis. You better wake up and smell the coffee. I know some people will say this girl is causing trouble. Yes, I am causing not trouble. I'm causing calamity. Calamity in this place that want to dissolve everybody. That wants to obliterate everybody except themselves. If we allow Fulani to keep on killing, they will obliterate every other extractions in that space called Nigeria. They want to take everybody's land and Islamize the country. But we have some stupid Muslims, especially among we the Yorubas. We support, is it not what Oluwa of Iwo is saying? Is it not what Mufti is saying? Supposedly he's a Yoruba, saying that it's okay to bring Sharia so that they can cut the fingers and the legs of the children when they stop pencil in school. You have not seen anything, no? You would think this lady is crazy. Yes! I am more than crazy. I am mad. I am extremely mad. That's as bold as we are, as intelligent as we claim to be. We will allow morons like the Fulanis, imbeciles. The only thing that Fulani specializes in is wickedness, anarchy, control, subjugation, intimidation, and murdering and kidnapping. That's what they specialize in. And we're going to watch them. We must be crazy. You better get up, my Igbo friends. My Uromi in Edo, you better get up. My Delta people, my Bayelsa people, get up. The government will not allow you to have any scissors, let alone AK-47. You got to fight with whatever. Whatever you can lay your hands on, you have to fight Fulani to a standstill. Otherwise, you are dead meat. You will become their suya, and they'll be laughing. They have their backings. Turkey is backing them. Saudi Arabia doesn't mind because they call themselves brothers. Iran will go along with them. And definitely, Britain is their godfather. If America knows how to catch him, he will do the same. So don't let us look anywhere. We have to look inward. We call ourselves brilliant. We call ourselves sophisticated. We call ourselves educated. But some of our elite are miseducated elite. Some of them are functional illiterates, but they went to school. I do not know what they learned from school. What did they learn? Only to steal with their pens. That's all. Some of them have this law degree. They cannot even defend the useless amalgamation that has expired over 11 years ago. And they call themselves, and they gave them sand. They need to put the D behind the hand, make it sand. Make it sand because the cerebrum is nothing now, but it's full of mulch and sand. So their brains is polluted. Polluted, congealed, contaminated. They can't reason right. They don't mind if the amalgamation goes for the next 100 years again. These are bastards called lawyers. What side of law do they study? That amalgamation is supposed to last 100. The Northern Protectorate and Southern Protectorate has been joined together forcefully, manipulatively, in the last 111 years. And we have lawyers. We don't have lawyers. We just have screamers. They scream with nonsense, with their cacophony nonsense. If they're lawyers, they should have started writing the briefs or the bill as far back as 2013. So that by 2014, debate will be going on in both houses. But no, they were happy that they're still slaves under Fulani. Bastards. Bastards! You have sold your birthright like Esau did. Esau sold his birthright. And that's why today, it is the children of Jacob that are the 12 kingdoms in Israel. If you lose your birthright to Fulani, you will never be what God calls you to be, that you be. And that's why you must get up and fight until only one man is standing. We will have to fight. I don't care. The Bible tells me in Luke, I think chapter 22. I'm going to look at it again. I want to look at my Bible before I give you where I found it. I know it's in Luke. Wait for me, wait. Don't go anywhere. Don't turn off. I'm looking for you. Okay. Yes, I got it now. Luke chapter 22. Luke chapter 22, and I'm going to read it out so that you will know that I'm reading it from the Bible. Look at my Bible. Yes. Luke chapter 22. And what verse? Yes, I got it. I got it, my friends. It says here. Yes. So, Luke chapter 22, verse 36. And it reads, Then said he unto them, that is Jesus Christ talking now. If you have a Bible and you go to Luke chapter 22, verse 36, you will see that it's written in red. Any verse that is written in red, that is the utterance of Jesus Christ. And this is what he said. He said, But now, he that had a purse, let him take. You take it. And likewise is scrip. And he that hath no sword, let him sell his garment and buy one. Did you see that? I intentionally read it. Let me start from 35. And he said unto them, When I sent you without purse and scrip and shoes, lack ye anything? And they said, Nothing. Jesus here is telling his disciples, when I first of all sent you out to go out and preach the gospel, and I asked you not to take your purse, your bag, your shoes, did you lack anything? And they said, No, we didn't lack anything. But then, in verse 36, now said, Then said he unto them, But now, Jesus don't sorrow you, my friends. This is Jesus now talking again. After he has asked his disciples if they lacked anything, the first time he sent them out. And they said no. And he said, But now. That means that was then. That was then, my friends. 10, 15, 20 years, even 6 months ago, we are all crying, Fulani is killing us. Oh. But now, he that has no sword, let him sell his garment and buy one. I didn't write it. So, my friends, my Igbo friends, my Akwa Ibomites, you Romi in Edo, the Benue, the Plateau, the just wherever you are coming from, if you are not a Fulani, go sell your garments and get a sword. A sword is meant as a means of protection. I don't care what your DSS says. After all, T.Y. Danjuma says everybody will have to protect himself or herself. DSS says they don't have enough servicemen, so you have to take care of yourself. In other words, they're telling you we have failed in our core responsibility. Take the law into your hand. That's what they're saying. And that's supposed to be a country. Is that a country or a kangaroo forest, say? And that is exactly what the Fulani is turning the whole Nigeria into. Kangaroo forest. By the time they finish, we'll be back to 14th century. That is, if you sit down and Ganu see. They want to turn this country, that country, into a forest, into a 14th century nonsense, so that you all can look like crazy people. When other people are going to the moon and living on Mars, Nigeria is still crying. We are hungry. No water, no school, no hospital. And we say we have a government. We have bastards. Bastards that are rulers and dictators and wicked, genocidal, spirited people. Bastards. They have colluded with Fulanis. They have conspired with them. They have stolen our assets. Go to Burkina Faso and see what a 36-year-old soldier boy has done within the last 2.5 years. You all have not done it in 40 years. Traore has only gone there 2 years since October. Yeah, 2022. It's just going to be 3 years this October. That means he has only spent 2.5 years. But what he has done in 2.5 years. What he has done in 2.5 years. Buhari did not do it in 8 years. Bola Ahmed Tinubu have not even scrapped the tip of the iceberg. You're all crazy. So my Igbo people, my Yoruba Edo people, my Benue people, my Jos people, my Plateau people, my Akwaba Ibom people, you better get up. Come out of your coma. Arise and fight back. Fight back for your land. Fight back for your people. And let Fulani know they are nothing but mere mortals. If we don't do that, they will kill one only and drink your blood, because they drink blood. They drink blood. They will cut you to pieces. They have done that in Kwara and sold or eat. I don't know. So, in other words, they could be cannibals also. So, get up, my friends. I spoke to you today in English so that you can all understand what I'm saying. There's a war in our space, and we have to fight. If you say you are not going to fight, then be prepared to die. But if you fight, the mighty hands of God will support you. Because that is exactly what God did with the Israelites when they were fighting the Amorites, who seemed to be overpowering them. God supported the Israelites. And there were more deaths among the Amorites. So get up, my friends. Get up. Get up and be counted so that history will be favorable to you. This is my message to you today. It's not to the leaders. The leaders are already wasted. They're useless. We, the citizens, must arise. But we have to go. We are going to go. Nigeria is going to separate, whether they like it or not. The Israelites left Egypt after 430, but ours don't have to take that long. We are going to go, whether they like it or not. Those that step on our necks, on our heads, and say we will not go, they won't get there with us. Go and write me down. Go and write it down. Those that say we will not go, they will not go there with us. One of the very leaders or elders that wanted one Nigeria is not there yet. It's not there now. There are many of them that will leave. Whether they like it or not, the secure, sure, strong hand of God will take them out of our way. And we'll march. We'll march in victory to our promised land. And so shall it be. Thank you, my people. It's always a pleasure. I'm accelerated already. I just came back from church. But I'm glad to come out. So you have a beautiful new week. The Lord will continue to support, to aid us, to protect, and to preserve us until the day of His glory. Thank you, my friends. It's your friend, your sister, your family, with the same DNA. Yoruba girl or woman. I'm a Yoruba woman, and I'm proud to be one. So have a wonderful day.
Wọ́n ní sápamọ́ sínú ilé Elédùmarè á dúró tì wá, àwọn onílé ò ní fi wá sílẹ̀. A ní rí jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ lórí ètò Lady K Ìfẹ́ Olúwa show. Lady K lórúkọ tèmi, the baby of Yorùbá nation. Ojú òní tì wá, ilẹ̀ Yorùbá gbé gbogbo wa. Ẹ má gbàgbé láti subscribe sí YouTube channel mi, kẹ́tàn notification bell. Ẹ má dẹ̀ gbàgbé láti patronize baby of Yorùbá nation. Aṣọ ni mò ń tà o. aṣọ ni mò ń tà mí ìyẹn gba dání o aṣọ ni o ẹ̀yin tẹ́ bá dẹ̀ need the spiritual items ẹ contact mi àwọn nǹkan tẹ́ lè lò fún victory fún mercy ọṣẹ ìṣẹ́gun ọṣẹ àánú oil ìṣẹ́gun àtàwọn lọ́fíńdà lónírúurú lóríṣiríṣi gbogbo ẹ̀ ló wà available àdúrà gbogbo wa máa gbà ọlọ́run ò ní fi wá sílẹ̀ gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ní one or two challenges tẹ́ face tẹ́ wá wò pé kí lẹ lè ṣe tẹ́ wá àwọn nǹkan ètò àdúrà ni mo pè ó tí ẹ lè lò ẹ pè mí ó wà available ní ìlú Hamilton ní Canada gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ dẹ̀ patronize wa ojú òní tì yín àdúrà yín á gbà ní agbára ọlọ́run gbogbo wa a máa ṣẹ́gun a máa jogún ògo lágbára ọlọ́run bó ṣe jẹ́ nìyẹn ẹ má wá gbàgbé product iléeṣẹ́ TL Natural Herbal ẹ rí i pé mi ò rí kankan display ilẹ̀ gbẹ ẹnu ò gbẹ lọ́wọ́ ilẹ̀ ló gbẹ kò sáàgbó ta fẹ́ display but mo nígbàgbọ́ pé lágbára ọlọ́run oṣù tá à ń lọ wọ̀ yìí àgbo máa dé màá tún bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní display gbogbo ẹ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀ àlédìkè ọ̀dọ̀ yín ni mo ti fẹ́ rà lágbára ọlọ́run mo ti store nọ́mbà gbogbo yín mo ti fi àgbo 1 àgbo 2 mo mọ̀ pé tí bá ti lè type àgbo lórí WhatsApp mi báyìí ó máa gbé gbogbo yín wá màá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní pé yín tó bá ti dé ìyẹn tọ̀dọ̀ ti tèmi ẹ̀yin tẹ́ bá dẹ̀ fẹ́ rà lọ́dọ̀ wọn direct ní Nàìjíríà tẹ́ máa ṣàlàyé bó ṣe ń ṣe yín nì tí wọ́n dẹ̀ fún yín láwọn nǹkan tẹ́ máa lò ẹ pè mí kí n fún yín ní phone number wọn their product is very good mi ò ní kankan mọ́ lọ́dọ̀ mi kódà gbogbo àwọn manpower tó fún mi gan gbogbo ẹ̀ mo tún tà mo send owó sí wọn torí èmi ò ń jẹ haram mi ò ń jẹ àlùbáríkà ni mo fẹ́ lọ́dọ̀ Ọlọ́run mi gbogbo manpower tó send sí mi kò sí títí ẹ̀ ọba ti fẹ́ send product sí mi wọ́n máa ń fi manpower sí èmi ò dẹ̀ lẹ́ni tó ń dó mi Jésù mi ló ń dó mi so gbogbo manpower tí mo ní like 3 pack tí mo nílé mo ti tà mo send owó ẹ̀gan sí wọn ni kálẹ́ lómi ló máa náwó ẹ̀ ní pé àṣebí mi náà lọ fún but I don't do that mi ò mọ why when it comes to owó ẹ̀rí ọkùnrin jẹ́ ń gbádùn kọ́ ló kó ṣàánú mi kébì náà tẹ̀ lẹ́mìí téèyàn lè máa fi jí 10 naira 20 naira kí Ọlọ́run fún mi lẹ́mìí yẹn ó dàbí pé ìlú Nàìjíríà tó bá jalè ò lè méèkì èmi wàá mọ bí tèmi ṣe jẹ́ so bó ṣe jẹ́ nìyẹn so gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ bá fẹ́ ra àwọn product ẹ pè wá máa fún yín ní phone number iléeṣẹ́ TL Natural Herbal ẹ̀yin tí wọ́n yẹ spiritual items lẹ́fẹ́ ẹ pè mí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ fẹ́ ra aṣọ ọkùnrin aṣọ obìnrin ẹ jẹ́ patronize mi ẹ wọ ọjà ló ṣèkún bíbá àmọ́ gbọ́jà wọlé last month ṣó yẹ kó dàbẹ̀ ó dàbí pé February láti ship ọjà wọlé gbẹ̀yìn àbí January kò yẹ kó dàbẹ̀ ẹ wá bá mi rajà ẹ ṣàánú mi ọjà pọ̀ gan bí o gan ni o ẹ jẹ́ patronize mi ojú òní tí ọjà aṣọ kún bí o ẹ wá bá mi ra aṣọ ẹ ṣàánú mi ojú òní tí àwọn ọmọ yóò ní dààmú ẹ ní wàkísà kẹyẹ aṣọ lágbára Ọlọ́run mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gbogbo ẹ̀yin fans gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí Lady K bá ṣe ẹ fọwọ́wọ́nu ẹ má bínú ẹ gbà wípé ogun Nàìjíríà nù tá bá ti gba Yorùbá nation sí kò sí jàmù kò sógun mọ́ mi ò ṣẹyọ but mo lè ṣẹ̀yìn kí n má mọ̀ ṣùgbọ́n èmi ò mọ̀ pé mi ò ṣe anybody mi báyìí ọjà ṣùgbọ́n ẹ̀yin tí ń bá ṣẹ̀ ẹ fọwọ́wọ́nu ẹ má bínú sí mi ojú òní tí ẹ ní dààmú ẹni tẹ́ máa ṣe tí ò ní gbẹ̀bẹ̀ Ọlọ́run jẹ́ kẹ́ bá wọn ṣe ẹ bá wa share ètò kẹ́dẹ̀ rántí láti subscribe sí YouTube channel wa Lady K Ìfẹ́olúwa show the baby of Yorùbá nation no going back no retreat no surrender ire o ẹ ṣeun.